What's good, and welcome back to Investing with Jack. So Polygon has begun to pump again. Got some commenters in my last video. Jax, what are you talking about, bro? It's pumping. So we're gonna jump straight into the technical analysis for this one. So from April 25th to right now, May 9th, it's basically pumped almost 200%, 175% in 10 days. Now, guys, I know it's beautiful to see that pump. We all love to see it. But the harder it pumps, it can also correct hard too, but we'll jump into that. So we're sitting at a $5.14 billion market cap and a 24-hour volume of 2.43 billion. So let's pop straight into the technical analysis here. So we broke right out of our symmetrical wedge. We're here on the 1-day chart, and we've just blown through our price target of 97 cents, and we're just pumping right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Fibonacci from my previous swing high, which is at the very top wick of your candle, all the way down to the swing low, just to give you guys some levels of resistance. So we can see here, I'm going to put it quickly onto the 4-hour chart. Now, guys, if the pump continues, if the bulls continue to pump the price up, then the roll over the correction will be harder, right? You can see we're going on quite a significant pump. Even on the 4-hour chart, we're breaking away from the EMAs. So you can see it here when we start to break away from the EMAs, we go through our correction. We lose the 20 EMA on the 4-hour, and we came down and we even broke through the 50, and then we rose up and found support on the EMAs. Now, what most likely will happen when we roll over for matic is we'll find support on our previous swing high, which is right here. I'm just going to take this wedge out so it's easier for you guys to see here. So if we were to roll over in this $2 area, we could roll over and find some support here on our previous swing high at about 88 cents. But if the pump continues and we head to our next price targets of so if the pump continues and we head to our next price targets of $1.07 and then $1.14, look for us to roll over and find support here at $1.02 at 1.272 on the Fibonacci. It's very hard to predict how long it will pump. As you can see here, we just pump like crazy, pump. But in the last 10 days, I mean, it's almost a 200% pump from April 25th to where we are now. Yeah, you're basically looking at a 200% pump, right? So it's beautiful to watch, but please remember, guys, no matter how strong the project, during a bull run, if it pumps too hard, if it breaks away from the 20 EMA as it's doing right now, then it can correct harder. We can see here we rolled over and we came down and we found support. The 20 EMA started to creep back up once again. But if we look at it on the weekly, guys, you can just see we're extremely overextended on the weekly. And when you start to overextend like that, you're going to roll over. You can see it here. We're extremely overextended, and we had a correction of about 46%. And now you can see we're extremely overextended on the weekly. If we look here at the RSI, yeah, you can see how overbought we are. We're sitting at 93 on the RSI. So expect us to roll over eventually. And when we do roll over, expect us to find support on those previous swing highs. So we're back here on the 4-hour chart, and if we do roll over, if we're not able to turn $1.02 into support, if we don't continue to march on, if this is where we roll over, we'll most likely find support here at 94 cents. Now we may continue to just pump. We may just continue to pump up to $1.14. Or $1.07, but guys, like I've been saying, the harder we pump, the harder we roll over, and I'm going to show you guys some examples here. So we're here on the chart for XRP. XRP is a very strong project, and we had a pretty major pump. Basically from April 4th to April 14th, so about 10 days, about the same, we had about a 250% pump for XRP. And we're overextended. The 20 EMA, you can see, breaks away from the 50, and we're just pumping. And when that happens, you see correction. So this correction was about 55% down to the bottom. All right, guys. Now, obviously, I don't want to make you feel like, oh no, you know, it's beautiful to see it pump. It's awesome to see matic, you know, climbing quickly. But like I've been saying, if the pump continues and continues and continues, and let's say we get all the way up to $1.14, or if we just keep pumping to the moon and get all the way up to like $1.55, well, then you have something like we can see here with BTT. So from the dates of March 19th for BTT, we had a massive pump of about 745% within from March 19th to about April 5th. So just a couple weeks, we just had an absolutely massive pump, and then we went through our correction. And you can see here we rested on the previous swing high. There's your swing high, and this is the price that BitTorrent came down to, and we basically went through a 68% correction for BitTorrent. So we can see it here as well on the Ethereum chart. We've just absolutely basically gone on a parabolic pump, a very large pump, almost all the way up to our price target of 4,000. We're starting to see some sellers now, but we reached this high as 3,990, so very close to hitting that price target. And you can see how overextended we are. And when we're overextended like that, guys, you're gonna roll back and find the EMAs. No matter how strong the project, no matter, you know, how much you want it to continue pumping and you believe it's just going to pump, it will eventually roll back to find the EMAs. And the harder it pumps, the more likely it is to fall through the 20 EMA and find support on the 50. Now on the weekly chart here for matic, so we're here on the weekly chart for matic, and you can see it perfectly. You see how we had a significant pump, and then we went through our correction and we came back to the 20 EMA, and now we're going through quite a significant pump. Now we may not roll over to find support down here like I had talked about at 55 cents because that's the previous swing high. But when we do roll over, we could find support here on this swing high. I'll put it back onto the 1 day so it's easier for you guys to look at. So here's some levels of resistance for this pump right here. We have our resistance at $1.02, and then if we push through that, your next level of resistance is at $1.07 and then $1.14. So those are your levels of resistance. Now, it can push through all those, but if you see it start to hit its head on one of those levels of resistance, and then you start to see red candles, that will be the sign that it's beginning to roll over, that it's going to roll over and come back and find support on its previous swing high, which right now would be at 93 cents. But if it continues to pump, then it can also roll over and find support on the levels of resistance that it's broken through at $1.02. If we break through $1.02, we trend towards $1.07, $1.14, and then it rolls over, you could find support at $1.02. That's what you want to see, is it rolls over, it finds support, and it allows the 20 EMA to catch back up with the candles. Because if it doesn't hold that support, then it starts breaking down, and it breaks down to your previous swing high. And if it doesn't hold the support at the swing high, it comes down, and eventually will come down to find the 20 EMA, and what you're hoping is it finds support on the 20 EMA. So it's a beautiful little pump right now. I mean, Ethereum is just absolutely blowing out of the water, and it looks like matic is too. So almost 200%, basically 200% in 10 days. So if it pumps and you get to like 300, 400, 500, it's beautiful to see. But the harder the pump, the harder the correction. All right, guys. So just enjoy the ride right now. Well, at last, currently we're sitting at $1.03. So if we blow through $1.02, your next price target would be at $1.07. You might hit some resistance, and if you blow through that, $1.14. Keep an eye on it though while it's pumping, because you can see right here we had such a huge pump, and then we had our little bit of correction. So hopefully that's what we see again, because this was a very healthy correction where we had a pump of basically 122%, 123%. If we go down to this green candle down here, yeah, we had a pump of basically, we take it to our high 168%, and then our correction here was just about 27%, which is not bad at all. So hopefully that's what we see. After we stop pumping, we roll over and only see about a 20% correction, are able to turn the levels of resistance into support, and then we continue onwards for our friend matic. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Yesterday I did say I thought we would stabilize in this area, and if we do pump, that we could see a little bit of a harder correction. So just keep an eye on that for matic. All right, guys, that's it for this one. If you enjoyed it, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications if you're new. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, join the Discord, Patreon link in the bio, and I'll see you in the next one. Much love. Take care.